Hello everyone! After nearly 1 year, I am back bringing you another Cooking with Lauren. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but macarons have been a huge trend lately. I mean, I even have macaron pajamas, so that kind of says a lot. So today, I will be teaching you how to make strawberries and cream macarons, or how the French say it, macarons. To make this recipe, we are going to need freeze-dried strawberries, almond flour, powdered sugar, egg whites, sugar, salt, and burgundy or pink food coloring. For the cream cheese frosting, we're going to need unsalted butter, reduced fat cream cheese, or just whatever you have on you, a pinch of salt, and powdered sugar once again. Our first step is to preheat our oven to 280 degrees Fahrenheit. To start the macarons off, we are going to take 115 grams of almond flour and 3/4 ounce of freeze-dried strawberries. And we are going to put these in a food processor and ground them as finely as we can. And if you spill a little, that's fine. I do it all of the time. Now go ahead and add your freeze-dried strawberries. Now put your cap on and blend. Okay, now that our strawberries and flour are finely grounded, we are going to put it through a sieve or a sifter and set it aside. And now we're going to use a spatula to press all of our mixture through to get rid of any of the larger particles, because in macarons you really want to get your cookie as smooth as possible, as these cookies are very particular and kind of tricky to make. We're also going to sift in 230 grams of powdered sugar into our current mixture. Now we can mix this together. Once you've sifted through all of your mixture, you can go ahead and set that aside until later use. For the next step, you are going to need a blender with a whisk attachment. First, we're going to add 144 grams of egg whites at room temperature. This is very important because, as I said, our macarons are very picky little cookies. For this, I found that 4 egg whites works well, but it really depends on the size of your egg. So just put as many egg whites into your bowl on top of your scale, like back there. And once you get to 144 grams, then you are good. Then you are going to add 72 grams of normal granulated sugar. And the last thing you're going to need to add is half a teaspoon of salt. So now that we have all of our ingredients in our blender, we are going to whip for 3 minutes on medium speed, which on a KitchenAid mixer, like mine right here, would be 4, the setting of 4. And you are going to keep on blending until your egg whites begin to foam. Now we are going to increase the speed to a medium-high, which is a 7 on a KitchenAid, and we are going to whip for another 3 minutes until our meringue begins to form soft peaks. After that, you're going to increase your speed one more level, or on a KitchenAid up to 8, and whip for another 3 minutes. Now that we're done with all of that whipping, at least for now, we are going to add 1 to 2 drops of burgundy food gel, but for today I'm just going to be using pink or red. So, I mean, it really won't make too much of a difference, but whatever you have on you, in a pinkish reddish shade will work perfectly. And we are going to whip this one last time on high speed for 1 to 2 minutes until the color is evenly distributed throughout our meringue and it is stiff and dry.
It's trying to focus on something. What should you draw?
So now we are going to add our hopefully finished and perfected meringue into our dry ingredients. I'd have to say this is the most difficult step because depending on how many times you fold your mixture, your macaroon batter could either come out too liquidy or a little too stiff. And overall, when making macaroons, it just takes a lot of practice. So we are going to start out doing 25 folds just by taking our spatula and moving it in a folding motion. Now, if your mixture is still lumpy, continue to fold for about 10 to 12 more times and just check the texture of everything every time you fold, and you'll know when your batter is ready when it holds its shape and it's like slowly flattens out after 10 to 20 seconds. If your batter is stiff and doesn't flatten out, then it's definitely undermixed, but if the batter is runny and fluid, then it's overmixed, so you want to get a nice in between. So our batter here is something that you should definitely be looking for. And it smells really good too. Now that our batter is ready and hopefully as perfected as it can be, we are going to spoon it into a pastry bag, which I don't really have pastry bags on me. So basically what I do is I just get a gallon size plastic bag and then fit all of our batter into the corner of it, and then I just cut off like a small little hole at the end once you put everything in it. It basically works the same as a pastry bag. So now you're going to grab a baking sheet and make sure you put parchment paper over it. Wax paper does not work. I tried doing this once and the wax paper stuck to the bottom of the macaroons and it was a disaster. So you really want to make sure you use parchment paper. And you're just going to pipe your batter onto the onto our baking sheet and make sure they come out as even as possible. Now that we have our adorable little macaroon patties, as I like to call them, piped out onto our pan, you are going to, as strange as it sounds, take your baking sheet and you're gonna whack it on your counter about 3 times. And what this does is it gets out all of the air bubbles, so when you bake your macaroons, they'll get their feet. And if you've ever seen a macaroon, they have these little ridges on the bottom of them. And basically the macaroon cookie kind of comes up out of the feet. And so when you do this, it kind of helps get all the air bubbles out and it gives the macaroon its feet. I've also read tips online that you should let your macaroons sit out for about 20 minutes before baking them. And just because macaroons are such a piggy cookie, like I've said a million times, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And after about 10 to 20 minutes, we can put them in the oven. In the meantime, we are going to work on our cream cheese frosting. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of room temperature unsalted butter into our mixer first. Now we're going to add 4 ounces of reduced fat cream cheese that is already softened. And a pinch of salt. Now we're going to beat this on a medium speed until everything in there is light and fluffy. Now we can add 1 1/3 cups powdered sugar. And now we can beat this until everything appears to be smooth. So I've unattached this from our mixer and it tastes absolutely delicious. And we can go put this in the fridge now. And we can finally put our macarons in the oven. And now we're going to put these in for about 22 to 25 minutes. And it looks like our macaron patties are done cooking. Let's go check on them. Okay, so now that we have our gorgeous macaron patties that turned out so well, we can get our cream cheese frosting and begin to put all of our frosting onto our patties. So just like when we were piping out our macaroons, we're going to do the same thing with our frosting and put it into a piping bag. And then we will pipe out all the frosting onto the macaroons. And then we can just place the other patty right on top. So there you go. It's pretty simple. You just place flat part to flat part and you just keep on doing this until your macarons are all finished. And there you have it, our strawberries and cream macaroons. These are seriously the cutest little treats, and even though they're a lot of work to make, I definitely think they're worth it because they are so tasty. And this recipe kind of reminds me of like a bagel and cream cheese with jam on it. It's seriously so good. So if you have the chance to try out making macaroons, I would definitely recommend it. Keep in mind this is a real recipe, just as always, so if you want to try it at home, like seriously go ahead and try because these are so cute. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later in the next Cooking with Lauren. Bye! If you want to see a behind the scenes video of Cooking with Lauren in the works and how I put all of these episodes together, click right here to watch that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you. Oh, hey Russell, what are you doing here?
Oh, I thought I'd just come along to see what's going on, you know?
Oh, we just finished filming another Cooking with Lauren, and I kind of have these huge macarons, and you wanna try one with me?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I love macaroons.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try these.
Yeah.
Oh. If you guys want to see more of Russell, you can head over to LPSchib, where he has his own little series going on. LPSchib makes the most adorable little videos, and she uploads pretty often too. So just click on Russell to head over to her channel and maybe check it out. And these are some pretty good macaroons. Yeah. What do you think, Russell?
They're good.
If you guys are still watching this, I don't know what you're doing, so.
Bye.
Bye.